Hello and welcome to this Good Vibes Experiment mini virtual workshop. My name's Gareth, I'm one of the GVE team, and we're going to spend around 5 or 10 minutes working on our mental health today. So if you're not aware, the GVE is a student-led mental health campaign at Flinders University in South Australia. At the core of the campaign is the invitation for all of us to experiment with adding wellbeing tactics into our life. So what is a wellbeing tactic? Well, essentially it's kind of any psychological strategy which is intended to have a positive impact on our mental health. And at the core of the GVE campaign are 20 of these particular tactics. Now in today's mini workshop, we are focusing on the meaning and purpose tactic. So this tactic essentially involves us discovering or clarifying the things in our life that bring us a sense of meaning and purpose. So for example, in my life, my work, which is helping people with their mental health, gives my life a lot of meaning and purpose, and I also kind of generate or get meaning and purpose from other aspects of my life, my hobbies, gardening and art and things like that. And if you ask people what brings meaning into their life, it can be a range of different things. Their family, their friends, their work, their hobbies, their spirituality, their religion. And the things from which we can derive meaning are very varied. But the good thing is it's a powerful kind of mental health strategy to kind of clarify and describe quite clearly and articulate clearly what are the things in our life that bring us a sense of meaning and purpose. And there's a couple of really good reasons to do this. Well, there's many, but a couple are. First is that when we have a sense of meaning and purpose, it helps orient us and ourselves in the world, helps orient us within our own lives, and it can even just orient us within our everyday life. So it gives us direction. It's the basis upon the goals that we set when we wake up in the morning. What is it we're going to do that day that is driven by and guided by the things that bring us the most amount of meaning and purpose. So that's one really good reason to try and articulate it clearly. The second is that having a strong sense of meaning and purpose helps buffer us against those inevitable times in our life where things aren't going our way, when adversity happens, when setbacks happen, when we fail, when something goes wrong. And having a sense of meaning purpose allows us to reorient ourselves at those points in time, to buffer ourselves against the negative impacts, emotional impacts that failure or setbacks can have. So meaning and purpose is both a really good guide as to where we're headed in our life, but also a really good buffer against the inevitable setbacks that happen along the way. Now, there are many activities that you can engage in. They're going to help you discover or clarify meaning and purpose. Today, we're going to be looking at one called Meaningful Photos. So I just want to do a shout out here to the Wellbeing and Resilience Centre at SAMRI, who were the first people that ever kind of alerted me to this exercise when I trained in their Be Well program. I've included some links below to their website and their program if you want to know more about what it is they do. But to start this exercise, essentially I want you to grab your phone. And I'm making the assumption here that the majority of your photos where you take most of your photos are going to be on the device that you have with you every day. If that's not the case though, just go to wherever it is that you store your photos. If that's online or a folder on your computer, wherever it is that the bulk of your photos are stored. And then in a tick, when I tell you, I want you to pause this video and scroll through your video library and find 3 photos that are of things that are really important to you. And when you find those 3 photos, I want you to identify them. And then for each of those photos, I want you to write down the following. Okay, so you can do this on a pen and paper, or you could do this on a document on your computer. You could do this in a social media post, in a text, wherever it's suitable or easy for you to write. So first I want you to describe what is in the photo. So just what's there. So the who or the what or the where or the when or the why, just the description of the photo. But then I want you to try and articulate what it is that's in the photo or what it is that the photo captures that brings meaning and purpose into your life. So maybe it's a person that's really important to you, or maybe it's a place that you go regularly that brings you a sense of peace. Maybe it's an object in your life, a gift that someone gave you that connects you to them and them to you. So I really want you to try and hone in on what it is that the photo means to you. Why is it, and what is it that has been captured in this photo that is important to you, and how does it bring you a sense of meaning and purpose in your life? So you can hit pause on this video, complete those questions for each of the 3 photos, and then come on back. So hopefully you left and did the exercise, although I must admit, when I watch these kind of videos of myself, I usually don't necessarily do the exercise, but hopefully at a minimum you at least kind of looked through your library and found a few photos that are of things or people or places or objects that are really important to you. Now there's a couple of ways to extend this exercise. So one is having gone through the process of identifying these 3 photos, maybe share them with another person, a loved one or a friend or a colleague. Say that you were doing this exercise and outline to them what it is is captured in the photo and why it's important to you. The other thing that you can do as an extension to this exercise is to actually head out and take photos specifically. So maybe if you looked through your photo library, but there wasn't really anything in there that seemed to resonate, or it wasn't really anything in there that immediately captured your attention as something important to you, you can head out into the world and try and capture those. Take just your phone camera or a proper camera or whatever it is that you need to go out and take those photos. Now, you can do this reflection exercise at any point in time, so either by looking through the photos that you've already got or heading out and taking new ones. And then you can amplify the effect on you by sharing it in some way, shape or form. So maybe you put it on social media, you send it to a loved one, or maybe even you take one of those photos and you frame them or you display them. So that's it for the meaningful photos exercise for today. If you liked this activity, fantastic. Consider making it a regular feature in your life. And most people that I know use their phones regularly to capture the things in their life that are most important to them. So certainly consider repeating this exercise every now and then to kind of clarify and hone in on the things that are most important to you. If you didn't like the activity, that's all cool. We'll have another activity coming up in a future video. So I've provided links to other Good Vibes experiment resources in the information below. Otherwise, have a good day, and I hope to see you in the next mini workshop.